Hey guys, so we're going to do a nice big warm-up with some strength and stability drills, and then we're going to go right into some headstand poses in different shapes. We're going to do 3 shapes today. We're going to play with those. If they make you wobble and fall out, completely fine. And if you are able to stick them, that's fantastic, awesome. Play with them, see how wide you can get with them, and how much you can kind of stay stable in them. So we're going to start off right away with the wrists. My daily occurrence, I'm just going to take my watch off, get myself comfortable, as you should do. As always, fingers out, and then we're just going to go back and forth. Big breaths in. So I always teach these at the end of the day. My kids just went down. I'm having a bit of time to unwind and kind of just connect with my breath. If you're able to do that, that's a huge win. So while you're moving into these, especially the beginning when it's nice and chill, or especially when it gets hard actually, and you're having to push, see if you can just connect with the feelings that are going on, or just your breath to even forget that. Don't stick in the struggle, kind of enjoy what's happening. And we're gonna just go to the opposite side. Try to do that when you're in headstand, if you're in handstand, whenever you're allowing yourself to just connect to your breath. All these things seem to become a lot easier because you're just not thinking of what you're doing wrong or what you could be doing better. All those things are irrelevant. We're just putting time in, enjoying this, and having fun with it all. We're going to bring our fingers forward. We're going to go for 3 cat-cows to begin with. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. When you get to the top of your exhale, see if you can push out even more air. Breath in. Exhale. We'll do 3 more. These 3, we're just going to go over our wrists with our exhale. So breath in. Exhale. Coming forward. Breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. We're going to go right into flexion today. I don't want it to take too much time with our wrists. The other exercises is going to kind of build up into that. We're going to make something a little bit different. We're going to start with our hand and our thumbs out and kind of just roll onto our knuckles. Don't put a lot of weight to begin with. This is quite strenuous. Just take it 1 rep at a time and go very slow and have intent in it. You're just kind of slowly adding a bit more weight. We're just going knuckles up, turning onto them. I'm gonna go for 3 more. See if we can add a bit more weight each time. And 1 more. People can do push-ups that way. It's pretty mind-blowing to me, but something to work on. It's all about putting more time and more weight gradually, and then you're able to pretty much do anything. It's quite impressive. So we'll just keep our palms facing up and go back and forth, keeping our arms straight. The more weight you feel that you're able to do there, just kind of allow that to happen. Take your time with it. Bring your fingers towards us, biceps forward, and then just slowly, for a few breaths, feel the weight kind of go through that joint. Awesome. So just release, kind of palpate into your wrists. That's a lot in the flexion aspect. If you're not used to that, it feels like a lot. Okay, so we're going to grab our block. If you do not have a block, you can even use a shoe for this. It doesn't really matter. Well, it's preferable if you have something you could squeeze into. So if you have like a 3-pound weight, we're going to start off with our arms downwards. Fingers off the block. You're just using your palms, pushing into that that index finger, just like you would for handstand. Protract and hold here. So big breath in. We're going for 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going even with our shoulders. Let's even add a little foot stretch. So going to ball of your toes. We're going for 20, 19. Once again, arms straight, push forward. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for the tough one. We're going above our heads, arms as straight as possible. Big breath in. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms all the way down. If you want to get out of the flexion of the feet, maybe going to the top of them. So we're going for our last round. We're going to do all three again. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Let it feel easy here because this is not the tough part. So when it starts going up, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, maybe cue to that shoulder extension. 3, 2, 1. Even with your shoulders, it'll start getting a bit tougher here already. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So on this last round, don't let it fall on your head. We're going for our last 20 seconds. Arms as straight as possible. This is where we build stamina. We're building strength for 20, 19, 18. Tuck that tailbone in, whole the body. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, last 8, last 7, 6, squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Give yourself a few hugs. Be proud of even holding that. That's not an easy exercise by any means, but it's going to build your capacity of pushing overhead. You're pushing overhead a lot more weight than that, but it's a very different way where you're really pushing into the mobility with it. We're going to get ourselves into a child's pose. Then we're going to move through a few strength exercises. I'm just going to put the blocks behind us. So hands at the front of the mat. Behind you, you're going to spread your knees apart and lengthen. We're going to just rotate back and forth, kind of open our shoulders and our chest after that exercise. Like I said, that was not an easy one. Don't let yourself think like, wow, why was I not able to do that? Because it's hard. It wasn't a joke. Okay, let's bring our knees together. And from here, we're going to go into plank. Big breath in. Bend your legs. Come all the way back. Lift your tailbone up. Your sit bones up. We're going to ground our right foot just so you can see first. Your left foot's going to go all the way up. We're going to bring it as high as we can, our knee into our armpit. We're going to touch for 5, 4, 3. Go as high as you can. 2, 1. We're going to hold our plank for a second. If you need to fix anything because it's driving you nuts like my shirt is doing, go ahead and do that. And then from here, we're going to be back in plank. Our left fingertips are going to go forward. We're going to raise our foot, raise our hand, bring it back down, bring that foot down, bring our right arm up, left, same one as you raised, and then squeeze to hug your body. So trying to bring our shoulders even with the mat, bring your hand down, chaturanga, back to downward facing dog. Come back forward. We're gonna raise our left hand, right foot. Raise the left hand if possible. Bring that foot down. Bring your hand about to touch. Instead, see if you can bring it right up to the ceiling. Hug yourself, shoulders even with the ground. From there, push up or chaturanga. Upward facing dog if you want, so just a whole vinyasa. Downward facing dog. One more round of that. Big breath in. If you want to go straight to it, you can even lift your fingers now and go to that uneven plank. Make sure your hips are down. Bring your hand down, foot down, rotate your heels, hands up. Give yourself a nice big hug, shoulders even to the mat. Hands down, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Big breath. So that was 3. We're going to go to the opposite side. So just go straight to the plank. And this time your right hand's going forward, left foot up. Reach for that uneven plank. Foot down, fingertips, heels over to the left. Right arm all the way up, reaching as high as you can for it. Giving yourself a hug, shoulders even to the ground. Fingertips, hand down. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 2 more, just like the opposite side. We're gonna come forward, go on our fingertips, left foot rise, right arm rise, bring it back down, foot down, rotate, arm up, see if you can keep those hips high as well. Then back to hugging yourself, even shoulders with the mat, hands down, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One last one. Let's see if we can do this one right off the hop. Fingertips before even coming up. Go to a float, bring that foot up. Bring the foot down. Instead of touching, we're bringing the right arm all the way up first, right off the hop. We're gonna go across our body, try to touch our lat. Bring our shoulders even, hand back down, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Big breath. So nice little release here. We're gonna go into what we did yesterday. So the leg switches. Instead of switching or having the legs out, we're gonna go straight to an L-sit though. So from here, we're gonna lift our sit bones up. See if we can bring our left heel to as close as possible. Bring it back. Right heel, bring it back. We're going for 3 each side. Left, back, right, back, left, back, right, back. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. That was 1 round. We're doing 3 of those as well. Big breath in. Awesome. So 2 more rounds. If you need water or anything else, go for it. This is your class, your time. You're at home. Enjoy this to the way that you want to, essentially. Okay. And if you feel like it's impossible to get your sit bones up while in this position, maybe bring your blocks a little higher. And if it's too easy, we can do this round like this, where the block's lower, so you're having to protract more. That's the goal, right? So between your hips, like earlier, pointing toes if you wish. We're gonna lift the sit bones up, starting on the right side this time. Bring it as close as you can. Back, as close as you can on the left side. Right, left, right, left. You're gonna hold this for 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Connecting with our breath. If we need to kind of massage our forearms after we're done that, that's okay. Rotate or roll your wrists, whatever you feel like would be best. Maybe it's just 3 breaths. Second breath. One more. We'll take it back to the second height. And if that's the one that felt best for you, go there. If the lower one felt great, go there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. And if you feel like you want the highest, go for that. We'll just stick with the middle for if you're comfortable there. So hands on the blocks. We're going to lift our sit bones. We're going to go left to back first. Right back this time. And then see if you can push, push, push and lift your heels. If you can't, we're just gonna, just little tapping taps. We're going left, right, and then seeing if we can push a bit more even. Or if you can't lift, you're going for that. Left, right, and then we're just holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know that was a lot to ask. The heels up, but if it's there, it's there. So to our next part, we are on to the fun. We are making shapes. So we're going to go and start with tuck. We've done that several times now. Actually, let's do 3 shapes we hadn't done. That's what the whole goal of today was. So we're going to feel our legs in different places. We've done straddle once, but we didn't really full out straddle. We didn't really have that as our goal. I'm going to face the wall here. So you already know how to get in using the wall. You're just going to see the shape on my end. So I'm going to go into the shape, and then if I feel like one foot needs to go to the wall, I'll just bring it back. Just to make it an easy way into it, I'm just going to start one leg straight, straddle one leg, straddle the other, and if I need to get out, I can bring one foot to the wall, or if I'm falling out, I just roll out, whatever feels best for you. If you can, and you feel like it's something that's possible for you, I'm gonna do this, but if you feel like you just wanna hold the straddle, come down, count to 5 to 10, I'm gonna go for straddle, bring it back into regular 3 times. I know it sounds like a lot, you don't need to do it. If it feels like it's accessible, go for it. So, positioning, we're gonna grab the elbow, fingers together, tuck in that pinky, and then from here, crease of your nose, palm, where your middle finger lands is where your head is on the ground. You can even go in tripod headstand if that feels best for you. Okay, big breath in, exhale, big breath in, we're coming up. So I'm pretty far away, I wish I would have been a bit closer, but I'm able to just float, so that's not a big deal. If you need to readjust, go for it. So this is one leg in straddle, and I'm just slowly creeping my other foot, touching the wall until I feel like it can float off. I'm keeping my feet slightly, or my pelvis tilted slightly more towards the wall, just because I feel like if I'm going to fall, I'm just going to go like this. But I'm comfortable holding this. I'm going to go wide, slowly together, wide, together. One last time, wide, together, and then I'm going to walk my legs down.
So by next week, we're going to be able to do that 10 times, no problem. Just going to keep working at this, having fun with it. Now we're going to go just diamond to straight. So diamond is essentially a bound angle or a butterfly pose while you're in the air. So you're just making a diamond shape with your legs. Your knees are bent and they're going to be making a 90, touching your toes together essentially. So I'll cue you while we're upside down. We're going to go for that to straight times 3 as well. If you can do that, good. If you can just hold the diamond
If you're just learning to hold all together, just practice learning holding. It's all good. You're just enjoying adding the time, the repetition, and the proprioception that you're gaining every time that you're upside down. So big breath in. Like I said, I'd like to get a little bit closer than last time. Another thing is if you're just skin on the ground, it actually helps quite a bit. Having material kind of moves a bit for you, so I do recommend having your forearms bare. Pinky always in at the bottom. Big breath in, and let's go up. So I have my one leg up, or I should probably just have one leg in diamond while the one leg is touching, and then I'm going to meet that. Once again, my pelvis is still leaning slightly more towards the wall. I'm going to go straight, and then back to my toes together, legs opening wide and out like a butterfly pose. That's 2 here. So straight, butterfly, and then straight, butterfly. From here, if you just want to walk down the wall, go for that. If you want to look at me for 1 second, I'm going to show you by what I mean having my pelvis facing the wall a little bit. So big breath in for me. So just take a look at what I'm doing just lightly for a second, I mean. So I'm just going to have a headstand. And then instead of being all the way up, I'm just slightly forward like this. That way, pretending the wall is here. If I'm falling out, I just know to bring my feet forward. If you're scared of falling back, don't go as far back. We're just learning to balance. We can keep ourselves in a safe space. Okay, and the last shape. So we did straddle, we did diamond, and now we are going to work in tuck. I know I said tuck at the beginning and we didn't do it. We're just gonna go for tuck. But we're gonna go tuck to diamond. Just they're an easy place to play with. I'll do it freestanding. If you are doing it with the wall, pretend I'm walking up the wall. I just want you to have a different view for it. So if you want to look at me first, pause it, then go for it. That's awesome. If you want to do it at the same time, I'll call it the cues again. But yeah, we're doing tuck. Actually, we'll do tuck up. So just tuck to straight, tuck to straight, tuck to straight. So big breath in, face the wall. I'll face the wall as well, actually. I'll do 2 facing the wall, and then the last one, if you're able to stay holding there, I'll just scoot off and come down. If you want to look at that or look at the whole thing first, that's okay. So once again, this is what it looks like. So elbows down, arms together. We're walking up. I'm just going to bring the one leg into a tuck from the start, then slowly bring the other leg to it. This is probably the easiest to enter. We're going to bring our legs up. So just like we did before, instead of walking down and going back into the tuck, we're just going to make our way into the tuck. That's 1, 2, into the tuck, all the way up, and then down. So if you're just watching right now and you're going to pause and then try, here is a different view for that. So this is the tuck. I'm already there. And then I'm bringing myself up. I'm going to squeeze that lower core. And I'm going to bend my legs, get back into that tuck. And then up. And then the last one. I'm going to pretend the wall is there. I'm going to walk my way down. Awesome. So if you're feeling good with that, we're going to do 2 10-second holds. So it's smaller than we've been doing lately. And actually, no, we're not there yet. We still have 2 more days of this. So 2 more 15s. That's where we're at. I'm sorry. I'm going all over the place today. I hope you're still getting the basis of it all. So 2 15-second holds. Remember the tips. If you need to pause and take a few breaths first because you're slightly disoriented from all the headstands, that's okay. We're still very new to this all. If you're okay to keep going with me, let's do that. So hands about shoulder width apart, fingers, index, forward, slightly out. Protract as if you're raising the roof or the block. And then from there, we're going upside down, core up, trying to hold that hollow body. One leg is going to be on the wall. The closer you can get to the wall, the lighter you're going to start feeling. Every time you can get a bit closer, the better you're doing. I'm going to go once on the wall, facing this way, and once with my back to you. So let's go for it. As I keep stating, I'm going to take one breath just to set, and then my second breath is just me going up. That's just my habit. If you take 5 breaths, 2 breaths, 3 breaths, or you just don't even breathe at all and just kind of go forward and connect once you're up there, I just like kind of grounding myself and having a habitual way of getting in. That's my way of doing it. So big breath in, maybe tuck or tie up your hair or whatever's needed again, or fix anything.
So we're going for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that hold actually felt really good. It didn't feel like 15 seconds. I'm not gonna lie, 2 days ago I haven't been doing like these like I should. The first day of 15 seconds kind of felt long. It felt like my arms got shaky quick. But I'm even seeing in myself that like my body is starting to change, is feeling stronger. So the one thing I do need to practice more, and I hope that you guys will as well, is making sure to take your time and breathe while you're upside down. It's a little harder for me because I'm counting, but if you can think of push, 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 just enjoy nice straight line facing towards the wall, push, 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 push. And that's about it for now. That's all you're learning. Just kind of feeling comfortable having your hands become your feet. We're gonna take 3 more breaths and then we're gonna go for it. So just connect and kind of really let go of what we just had as an engagement. So a big breath in. 2 more. Exhale. 1 last one. We'll actually take 2 extra breaths, kind of opening our chest and shoulders. Interlace your fingers behind you as much as you can. See if you can put your palms together and bring your chest or your fingers towards the ground. Chest up for 2 breaths. Awesome. Okay, so last round, last 15 seconds. Let's feel good about it. Get closer to the wall a little bit more if you can, and then soon enough we're going to be learning how to float off the wall slightly. We are making our way out of the second week. We're going to be getting into week 3, and we're going to have to make some small adjustments and gains at that point, because our goal is to just float. We want to be able to handstand, right? So if at that point, or if at the end of this week, day 14, still feeling extremely hard, I recommend you kind of just keep doing the holds with your foot on the wall. Try to do the other things I show, but especially the workouts, keep going with them. You will get stronger. Everything will feel easier. If you can finish the entire 30 days even, I know I've stated differently to some people, but if you're feeling confident and growing a little bit all the time, just keep going with it because it'll keep happening. We're gonna go for this hold. Fingers forward, big breath in, about shoulder width. And then from here, big breath. 1 more time. We're going for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Another day done, guys. I'm super grateful for everyone and anyone and everyone who is going past any day. So if you keep going with me with this, super grateful for it. I think that I know I'm learning a lot. This is my first true series after the beginner one I started. I'm learning about microphones. I'm learning about breathing while doing this, and I'm hoping that you're learning just as much through the content I'm providing. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you so much for handstanding with me.